Welcome to the Gaggle, where we talk politics in Arizona and beyond. This week, a state lawmaker says the Arizona legislature has a sexual harassment problem. But first, Senator Jeff Flake bows out of the 2018 Senate race. And Ron, he said there might not be a place for Republicans like him in Trump's Republican Party. Is he right?
Yeah, I think he is at this point. I think the party is changing, and he is sort of caught in the middle of that at this point with an electorate that has moved on certain issues that were important to him in particular and put him at cross purposes with the White House frequently, and it's put him in a position where, especially against former state Senator Kelly Ward, he had a very difficult primary battle that to win that he would have to say and do things that he just really didn't want to be associated with. And then you'd have to turn around and run against somebody formidable like Representative Kyrsten Sinema. It would be a difficult thing, and he was really doing poorly in the polls.
We must stop pretending that the degradation of our politics and the conduct of some in our executive branch are normal. They are not normal. Reckless, outrageous, and undignified behavior.
So what are some of the things he sort of took after Trump, didn't name him, but what are some of the criticisms he had of the president?
Yeah, you know, this is, he ticked off a familiar list of the things, behavioral issues that uncivil and intemperate behavior. He also, I think, sort of gently went after his colleagues and said, you need to speak up, you need to be heard, this is important, it is hurting our government, and then also sort of put it in the laps of voters and the nation as a whole to say, we cannot normalize this, we have to recognize that this is putting us all in danger with his uncivil and poor behavior, unpresidential behavior.
So it really shakes up the race for 2018. What are some of the things you're hearing, Yvonne?
Well, it remains to be seen. Yes, there are a lot of people who are talking about potentially jumping in. Our phones were blowing up yesterday with potential. Shadeg's name, former Representative Shadeg's name is being mentioned. Kirk Adams' name, he's Chief of Staff to Governor Ducey, his name is being mentioned. I don't think you'll see him jump in. Matt Salmon, former congressman, now ASU's head lobbyist, his name is also being mentioned. I think he's getting worked over pretty hard. Indications this morning from someone I bumped into, though, I don't think he's really interested in it. Schweikert's name has been mentioned, but he also is eyeing the 2022 gubernatorial race. And then, of course, you have Kelly Ward, who agrees with Jeff Flake. She does not think there is space or room for him anymore representing Arizona in Senate. She was happy to see him go. She said his remarks were unfortunate. And even though she hasn't yet completely secured an endorsement from President Trump, she feels pretty confident that she can pull this thing off. Observers don't agree. They think that this actually makes her more vulnerable because she could draw an even more powerful challenger.
Anyone trying to start a rumor that Charles Barkley's going to get in?
I haven't heard that, but I did hear Joe Arpaio, and I'm not joking.
Okay. Dustin, Michelle Ugenti-Rita, state lawmaker, posts on social media some allegations that she was sexually harassed, and then when she reported it to leadership, there was retribution. What form did that retribution take according to what she is alleging?
You know, so after she came out with the allegations of harassment, some Democratic lawmakers came forward and said that they felt they also had experienced sexism at the Capitol. No one has publicly talked about sexual harassment, but they've talked about instances where they were either talked down to or kind of treated differently as women by their male colleagues. But I think we're going to see some response from leadership to this. Speaker J.D. Mesnard said he is open to reforms and creating kind of a more transparent process for lawmakers to make those kind of complaints.
I mean, I will just say as a reporter, on the Capitol Mall, occasionally I feel it too. I mean, it's out there. I mean, I had one lawmaker not too long ago try to force his suit jacket across my shoulders, even though I repeatedly said no, I'm fine. So it's something that's talked about, it's something that's seen, and I also would say it's probably something that does not discriminate on a gender basis. Women probably do it too.
So I usually ask what you're watching for this week. Instead, I'm going to ask, what are you dressing as for Halloween, Yvonne?
I am going to be the adult version of Elena of Avalar. Penelope's wearing the little girl version.
Nice. Ron?
Still working on something here, but
Nice, nice. I'm holding out. I'm hoping my wife will buy me a giant bear suit. So we'll see if that works out for me. Anyway, thanks for watching The Gaggle. We'll be back next week.